Hello, guys. Good evening, everyone. So, as you know, my name is Ghazala Firdaus, and I'm here in front of you to take the class instead of Balgopal sir. So, he's on leave today, so that's what I'm here today. So, Veda, from next class onwards, Balgopal will take the lead. Okay. So, I'm here just for today because from tomorrow I have to take YT classes, YouTube live classes for another batch. Okay, so I will be taking there. I'm also taking for 12th only, but for other batch. Okay. Yes, Arun, what to do? What to do? I'm placed in another batch. So it happens, yeah. But it's very long time. It's good to see you all. Hello, Akbar. Okay, let's start today's class then. Sure, Prithvi, just ping me on WhatsApp. I'll share the link. Okay, I'll be dealing these subjects only. Just I will go live. That's all. Okay, along with YouTube. Sorry, Zoom. Yes. So before starting anything, let me just take the technical check. Let me know if you're able to hear me properly and is the screen visible or not. Yes. See, on YouTube, I'm taking Zoom only, but for YouTube, there are other students. Those who wish to, join our classes, they see the YouTube classes. But for the JNV students, we will conduct through Zoom only. So we will conduct the Zoom along with the YT Live. जो मैं यहाँ पे बोलती हूँ ना, whatever I teach, it will be telecasted in YouTube at the same time. Okay? Okay, sure, sure. Okay, guys, so I hope there is no any technical problem. So without any further ado, let's start the class, right? Okay, guys, so as you all know, the human reproduction has already started. That's what Balgopal has told me. So I don't know exactly how much he has completed. He just said, Ghazala, you start from the starting. Okay, so I just thought like, okay, let's give a little bit of introduction and then let's start. So what are we going to discuss in this chapter is given in this slide. Okay, so we are going to discuss about the reproductive structures. Like we have to study the female and male. Okay, Shashikala, no problem. We will complete the remaining things. Okay. So male and reproductive system, we have to study the structure, that is morphology and anatomy, physiology, any external, genitalia that is called, and whatever the special things, सब कुछ हम पढ़ेंगे बेटा. How spermatogenesis happens, how sperm are getting to be formed, okay, and then how those sperms will be transferred into the female. That is, then fusion will happen between the two gametes. All these things we will discuss. So before that, the reproductive systems of both male and female. Hello, Deepti. Hi, I'm good. I hope you're also good. Then gametogenesis, as you know, to happen the sexual reproduction, there should be the biparental process, right? So two parents का होना बहुत जरूरी है. Genesis means nothing but the formation. So as you already know, whenever you're studying anything in biology, remember this. When you split the term, it will be very easier for you to understand the concepts. Gametogenesis. Genesis is formation, synthesis, making of something. Gameto means nothing but gamete. And you know what is a gamete? Gamete is a specialized cell which is a haploid and it is ready to undergo to have the fusion with opposite gamete, right? If it is a sperm, it will fuse with the egg. Okay, so hence it will completely form into an another cell that is called as डिप्लॉइड जाइगोट. ठीक है. सो गैमेट जो है वो एक स्पेशलाइज्ड हैप्लॉइड सेल है, आल्सो कॉल्ड एज सेक्स सेल. ओके, सो फॉर्मेशन ऑफ सेक्स सेल. So in the case of male, it will be sperm, and in the case of female, either it will be called as secondary oocyte or also called as egg or also called as ovum. Vova is plural, ovum is singular. Okay, then menstrual cycle. What is menstrual cycle? See, if there has not fertilization occur, abhi dekho beta, the main thing that has to happen is sexual intercourse. अगर सेक्स नहीं हुआ है तो कैसे भाई आपका क्या कहते हैं फर्टिलाइजेशन होगा? So sexual intercourse is important. The transfer of sperms from the penis to the female body is important. Just imagine if sexual intercourse doesn't happen, then the remaining secondary oocyte, okay, जो बचा है secondary oocyte, that secondary oocyte will be shed out of the body or thrown out of the body from the vagina. ठीक है? So menstrual cycle में there will be loss of blood or also called as menstrual fluid. So what do we see in menstrual fluid? In menstrual fluid, we see one thing, that is unfertilized egg, and endometrium lining. I will tell you what is endometrium. Do you know what is endometrium? Yes, guys. Not at Arun. No. Okay. Okay, Chandana. See. So you guys are comfortable with Kannada, right? I can use Kannada. Okay. Today, sexual intercourse ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ pregnant ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ, right? So there are few chances of using. Let me change the color, guys. Yes, Arun. Look, so if there is a sexual intercourse, the chances is sexual intercourse ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಆಯ್ತಾ? So sexual intercourse ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ the secondary oocyte will undergo menstrual cycle and will be lost out of the vagina. One case. So no sex. One scenario. Second scenario, sex has happened, but egg is immature. But egg is immature. Or over mature. I will tell you all about this, guys. देखो, so sex ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಎಗ್ ಆ ತರನೇ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾಳೆ, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ನನ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ನನ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮುದುಕ ಆಗಿ she will go out of the vagina in the form of blood, menstrual fluid ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾಳೆ. So if there is a meeting of sperm with the egg in the approximate time, sex ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತೆ sperm should meet the fertile egg in the ovulatory period. Okay, so now in menstrual cycle anta heltivalla, in the female there are actually in that cycle you will see many phases. Okay, so the initial will be the proliferative phase, or you can say follicular phase. After that will be a ovulatory phase. After there will be a secrete phase, also called as luteus. Okay, luteus adadmele menstrual cycle phase barutte. Don't worry, we will study all this. Okay, Reshma is saying my voice now. Now is my voice breaking now? No. Okay. Still? Okay, what to do? Yeah, there is some network issue here. Okay? Yes. So what was I saying? So there are phases in the menstrual cycle. Okay. So agar fertilization hua, so then the lady will get pregnant. Okay. Then the doctor will say, congratulations, you have conceived. So this word conception or conceived is just the normal term used for the fertilization. Okay, if the fertilization has happened and it is ready to implant, then you say that yes, that lady has, had the conception. Okay. Akbar, I'll answer this question in some time. Okay. So, क्या होता है menstrual cycle में? If there is no fertilization, one scenario. In second scenario, egg is there, but it is not completely mature. That means the egg is still in the follicular phase. Okay, you will study all this. Okay, it is still in the follicular phase. Okay, So ovulatory period is very important. ಯಾವಾಗ ovulation period ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತ್ತಲ್ವಾ egg, ಆ time ನಲ್ಲಿ pregnancy chances ಇರೋದು ಆಯ್ತಾ. So ovulation ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ follicular phase ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೆ egg will be immature. So ovulation ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ in the luteal phase, okay, so luteal phase, that means over mature egg, ಈ period ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ fertilization ಆಗಲ್ಲ. Okay, so proper timing is required. Okay, ಯಾವಾಗ egg mature ಇರಬೇಕು, ovulation period ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಆಗ sex ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಆಗ fertilization. Okay, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ obviously everything will be shed in the form of menstrual fluid. So for unfertilized egg and the endometrium lining. So I was saying, what is endometrium, right? So there are layers in the uterus, guys. Okay, so uterus ಹೀಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Okay, so this is uterus, there is a cervix, and this is the vagina. Okay. Arey, why yaar? Still my voice is breaking. Vagina, cervix, there are linings in the uterus. Okay, so uterus nalli lining irutte. So there will be 3 layers in the uterus, right? So the first and the innermost lining is called as endometrium. Okay, so the innermost is called as endometrium. Okay, so middle one is called as mesometrium. So the outer one is called as perimetrium. Okay, so while menstrual fluid is lost, this inner layer of the endometrium is also lost. Okay, so along with the unfertilized egg, egg irutte, fertilize agde irodu, uske sath sath there is the inner lining of the uterus, that endometrium will be shed out of the body. Okay, so this is the menstrual fluid that is lost in the menstrual cycle. So there will be many hormones involved. Okay, luteinizing hormone, follicular stimulating hormone, progesterone, estrogen, inhibin. There are many. Okay, we will see that one by one. Then fertilization. What is fertilization? Nothing but the process of fusion of sperm with egg to form the diploid zygote. Okay, so that zygote will implant in the uterus. Uterus in the inner lining nalli ili bandbittu ee tara implant agate. Okay, the attachment. Ma'am, which chapter is going on? Human reproduction, Subha. Human reproduction. Okay, yeah. So the zygote which is formed with the fertilization, that zygote will actually undergo cleavage division. Okay, so yen zygote namige bandide alva, so the mitotic division start agutte, because from one zygote we have to get many cells, and those cells will make the individual organs and the organ system, right? So that zygote will join with the uterus. That process is called as implantation. So after implantation, what happens? There is a period called as gestation or pregnancy. Okay, in that period, what happens? The implanted zygote or the cleavage means ಏನilla divide ಆಗೋ cells na cleavage anta ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So adu ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, uterus ಅಲ್ಲಿ attach ಆಗಿ ಅದು starts to grow. So initially it will give the embryonic development, and then it will move on to the fetal development, and then it will give rise to the baby. Okay, so from zygote to embryo, from embryo to fetus, from fetus to baby. Okay, so like this the pregnancy mein changes hota hai. Okay, then parturition. Now baby is completely developed. That baby has to come out of the uterus or the mother system. Okay, so that is commonly termed as delivery. Okay, jo baby ka delivery hota hai, that is called as parturition. Okay, so getting out of the female body. Okay, the baby will come out. That is parturition. Lactation. So as you know, when the newborn baby is there, So it will not eat what you eat. Okay, you will eat paratha, sabzi, chapati, biryani. तुम लोग तो सब कुछ खा लेते हो भाई. लेकिन हमारा बच्चा क्या करेगा? उसको तो दूध चाहिए, right? So it is dependent on the mother's milk. Okay, so that mother's milk, how it is happening, what are the hormones required? So everything is called as lactation. Okay, so there are many hormones are needed. Okay, so just example, oxytocin for the ejection of milk from the nipples. There are many things. Okay, lactation means ಶಶಿಕಲಾ ಯಾವಾಗ ಬೇಬಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ತಾಯಿದು ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿಯುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ ಬೇಬಿ, so that process is called as lactation. Okay, the ejection of milk from the mammary glands in females. Okay, that is lactation. Okay, so this is about the chapter that we are going to see. So this is the pre-knowledge question to start with the today's concept. Okay, so ಎಷ್ಟು ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋಣ. So this is very important if you have to understand the human reproduction. So sexual reproduction leads to euploidy, aneuploidy, polyploidy, genetic recombination. I am launching the poll for this question. Very good, Sneha, Veda. Yes, Yogeshwari. Arey yaar, what did I launch? It happens. Yeah, I know, Chandana. Actually, it's my second class, okay? So usually Balgopal take the two classes. That is one Sangli cohort batch and for the lateral batch, that is yours batch. So it's my second class and kya kehte hai? So little bit of my energy is down today. Okay. Most of you are answering correctly in the chat box. I'm very happy to see that. Good, good, good. Okay, I'm ending the poll, guys, because I have given enough time. I have given enough time, so I'm ending the poll. So results are somewhat like this. 96%, sorry, 76% people have chosen option D, and all other people have chosen some or other options, but most of you have chosen option D. So let us see which is the correct answer for this question. So what it is asking, sexual reproduction leads to what? First of all, sexual reproduction is a biparental process. Okay, it is a biparental process. That means two parents are required. This is first thing. Second, which are those two parents? I'll tell Subha. So which are those parents? So one is sperm and the another one is egg. Okay, so this sperm and egg will fuse together to form the zygote. Now, what exactly fuses? Okay, so there is a nucleus. Okay, so nucleus of the egg and the nucleus of the sperm. Okay, here there is a nucleus. So there is the contribution of nucleus. So sperm से nucleus इसके अंदर जाता है. So in the egg cell there will be the fusion. Okay, so what is actually happened? Nucleus के अंदर there is a genetic material. Okay, so genetic material of the egg and genetic material of the sperm will fuse to give the diploid zygote. This process is called as actually fertilization. Right? So this diploid zygote that we get, is it exactly identical to parent? Like, अभी देखो मेरा बच्चा हुआ है, okay? So ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಬೇಬಿ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ನಂತರ ಇರತ್ತಾ ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಸೇಮ್ ಮೂಗು, ಸೇಮ್ ಕಣ್ಣು, ಸೇಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲ? No, right? So it will not happen. Why? Because there is some genetic combination, right? ಈಗ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಇಂದ ಒಂದು ಜೀನೋಮಿಕ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, so male ಇಂದ there will be some other genetic content. Okay, so these genetic content will fuse to get the recombination. Okay, so that is why never ever you see the baby that you get is not exactly like the father or not exactly like the mother. So it is a new unique individual, right? So ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಬಂದಿದೆ that is new unique individual with the new genome makeup or the genetic makeup. Okay, so new genome makeup individual. So this is the main objective of the sexual reproduction. Okay, so ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ asexual reproduction ಅಲ್ಲಿ clone ಬರುತ್ತೆ, right? So the parent cell which will undergo the what is that reproduction, it will give the offspring that is exactly looking like the parent, that is called as clone. You get that in the asexual, but in sexual what you get in the offspring or in the next progeny is the very different one compared to the parent, right? So that is why nature always prefers sexual reproduction. Why? Because this unique individual will give the variation. Okay, so what is variation? Variation is nothing but passing down of characters or traits from parent to the offspring, which are different. Okay, Nudi, I will give an example. I sing very well, but my husband dance very well. So our baby will also sing good, also dance good. Okay, so that is a genetic makeup. So this kind of variation is really necessary for the nature. Why? Because variation is the raw material of evolution. Okay, is the raw material for evolution. So variation ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದ್ರೆ characters ಹೊಸ characters ಬರುತ್ತೆ and those characters will be expressed. So ಹೊಸ characters express ಆದ್ರೆ, so it is like the raw material for evolution. So after few centuries that will be like adopted in all the population. Okay, so that is why this sexual reproduction is adopted by the nature. Now, what is ploidy, aneuploidy, polyploidy? So this is new term for you. So I have a concept here. Okay, so to understand the euploidy and polyploidy, ma'am, sometimes the variation also leads to some disaster. Yes, Saujanya, that is happening by the mutation. Okay, mutation kuda agate, but sometimes mutation may also lead to variation. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಮ್ಯುಟೇಷನ್ ಕೂಡ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಲೀಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಹೂ ನೋಸ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾರ್ಡಿನರಿ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗಬಹುದು. Okay, so we are not afraid of mutation, but what we want variation. What nature wants? Variation. Okay, so sometimes mutation ಆಗತ್ತೆ, problem ಆಗತ್ತೆ. You might see one body with two head. Okay, so both the bodies attached. So something like that, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ mutation ಇಂದ ಆಗೋದು. Okay, so that is an drawback ಆಫ್ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್. ಏನು ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಒಂದು ಗುಡ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಅಫ್ರೇಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಸೈಡ್. ಮ್ಯುಟೇಷನ್ ಕೂಡ one type of evolution. Okay, so what is ploidy? Ploidy is nothing but the number of sets of chromosomes. Number of sets of chromosomes. So ಎಷ್ಟು chromosome ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನೀವು represent ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ that term is called as ploidy. Okay, so in ploidy there are two types, euploidy and aneuploidy. What is euploidy? Euploidy is nothing but the normal chromosome number. Okay, they are normal chromosome number. Like in your body you can see there are haploid cells. Okay, where are haploid cells? Haploid cells are present in the sex cells, that is germ cells, right? So whereas the diploid cells that you see, they are present in the somatic cells. ठीक है, आपका sex cells कहाँ है उसको छोड़ के ಆ ಸೆಕ್ಸ್ ಸೆಲ್ ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕಡೆ ಏನ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡ ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೊಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಮೇಕಪ್. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅಬ್ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ಅನ್ಯೂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡಿ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಅಬ್ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅಬ್ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮಲ್ ನಂಬರ್, abnormal chromosomal number. Okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, so either ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ hypoploidy and hyperploidy ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. See, always you remember in the biology, hypo means less, hyper means high. I think you might have heard hypertension, hypotension ಅಲ್ಲ. So tension ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ರೆ hyper ಅಂತಾರೆ. Then hypoglycemia, hyperglycemia. Sugar content ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ರೆ hyperglycemia, ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದ್ರೆ hypo. So like this, right? So hypoploidy means ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಏನು ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೈಪೋ ಲೆಸ್. Then nullosome means in 2n ಅಥವಾ in diploid there is the loss of 2 chromosomes. So something like that, ಏನೋ ಒಂದು problem ಇದೆ. What this is leading to the deletion. So this is leading to the deletion. So chromosome number ಎಷ್ಟಿರಬೇಕು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ delete ಆಗಿ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದೆ. So hyperploidy means here addition of chromosome is happening. Addition. Okay. Like, 2n chromosome ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಒಂದು add ಆಯ್ತು ಅಥವಾ ಎರಡು ಒಂದು add ಆಯ್ತು. So something like that. So hyper means high, that is added more number of chromosome. Now, what is monoploidy? Monoploidy is also called as haploid. I always wanted to explain you guys what is haploid and diploid. Why? Because currently I'm working as a teacher in Haveri. In Haveri, I'm taking the physical classes. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಳ ಹುಡುಗಿ ನನಗೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ಲು, ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಒಂದ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಹೆಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್. ಐ ಸೆಡ್ ನೋ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ. ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರೋದು ಏನ್ ಜೀನೋಮ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, that is different. The nucleus joining is a different. Some people think when two nucleus join, one nucleus with haploid chromosome content, another nucleus with haploid chromosome content, when they join, they get diploid. That is wrong. See, what is haploid? I'll tell you. Haploid means the chromosome with one centromere. Centromere ಒಂದ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು haploid ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Yes, Shubha, I use Hindi, Kannada, English, Telugu very little. Okay. So this is centromere. कितना centromere होता है, उतना number of chromosome. Okay, if there is one centromere, then you say this is haploid. If there is two centromere, okay, like this, one. So how many centromeres are there? Two centromeres. If there is presence of two centromere like this, then it is diploid. Okay, so N does not represent nucleus. N means ploidy, number of chromosome. N किसको कहते हैं? Ploidy को कहते हैं, number of set of chromosome. कितना chromosome number है उसको N से represent करते हैं. N nucleus नहीं है. Okay, so haploid means that is one chromatid. Okay, this chromatid are also called as sister chromosome, also called as sister homologous chromosome. बहुत कुछ name है इसका. Okay, so this one part is what was I writing? हाँ, इसको आप क्रोमैटिड भी बोल सकते हो, क्रोमोसोम भी बोल सकते हो. Chromatid, or also can say chromosome. Why? Because there is only presence of one centromere and this is diploid. Now you can see the triploid. So here 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 3 centromere in 3 sets. Okay, so it is given in 3 set. But सिर्फ इतना भी आप represent कर लो ना, तो it is a triploid. Okay, so you can see here tetraploid, 4 centromeres. Okay, so this is the haploid, diploid and triploid. So ये आपको याद रखना है, because see you are entering into 12th, so this is very important for NEET. अगर आपको ये basic चीज नहीं पता है तो कुछ नहीं होगा. Okay, so polyploidy means nothing but more than 3 or 4 ploidy number. Okay, just like here we have written triploid and tetraploid. So ये polyploidy में भी 2 types हैं. Better you will study this in the genetics in detail. Okay, so is it possible triploid content in human? No, Akbar, no possibility. It will be seen in plants, in endosperm. Endosperm में जो pen होता है ना बेटा, so from pen you get the endosperm, that is triploid, but this is not seen in humans, Akbar. Now there's another question on the screen. Meiosis gives 2 haploid cell, 4 haploid cell, 2 diploid cell, 4 diploid cell. This is very easy question. You have already studied this in your 11th. Okay, I don't want anyone to make any mistakes here. Good, good. Many people are answering correctly in the chat box. Okay, I'm ending the poll, guys. मैं थोड़ा जल्दी ही end कर रही हूँ. Okay, so let me share the results. So results are somewhat like this. 61% people have chosen option B. Like most of you have chosen option B. Okay, so let's discuss which is the correct answer for this question. Right? What is meiosis, guys? Meiosis is nothing but the reductional division. Okay, or the reduction division where if the parent cell is diploid, the daughter cells will be haploid. Okay, so this is meiosis, and this reduction division is seen in germ cells or also called as sex cells. ठीक है, यहाँ पे क्या होता है बेटा? If you take the example of sperms, there will be a sperm mother cell or also called as spermatogonium. Okay, sperm mother cell or spermatogonium. So it will be diploid. Okay, so after meiosis, you get sperms. Okay, which is haploid. So which is the division that is undergoing here? It is meiosis. Okay, so I have taken the male example. You can also take egg, like oogonium. Oogonium is the egg mother cell. Okay, but anywhere if the chromosome number is getting reduced, that is happening by the reductional division, that is meiosis. Okay, so what is mitosis then? Mitosis is nothing but the equational division. That means the chromosome number will remain equal. Okay, so equational division, that means chromosome number will remain same. For example, if there is a diploid parent, the offspring will also be diploid. Okay, so this is mitosis, and this mitosis is seen where? In the somatic cells. In the somatic cells, like आपके sex cells के अलावा जितने आपके body के cells हैं, okay, name the rest cells in our body only except your sex cells, all those cells are somatic cells and they will be having diploid chromosome number. Okay, so this is it. So as you know, in meiosis there are how many stages? One meiosis involves two stages, right? For example, 2n is the parent. First you get the NN. So this is after meiosis 1. Then after meiosis 2, you get 4 haploid. Okay. So this is actually the meiosis process. Ma'am, does meiosis never occur in haploid organisms? Never. See, haploid is the last number chromosome where you get in the ploidy number. Okay. So haploid में meiosis नहीं मिलेगा सुबह. Okay. Yes. So we'll move ahead. So as you know, answer for this question is 2, 4 haploid cells. Okay. So one meiosis will give 4 haploid cells. Right. Then what about the division of zygote? Zygote is a diploid, beta. Zygote is a diploid. See, if there is a division of haploid zygote, then it will undergo mitosis. See, sometimes what happens, haploid से है आता है, और this haploid is mitosis. Okay, but we will never see meiosis in haploid. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Subha. Division of zygote, you are saying haploid zygote, right? उस time पे mitosis होता है बेटा. Okay. So zygote will be diploid in most of the organisms, and after that zygote you get all other organs, right? So their mitosis division will undergo. I hope you have studied this in the last class. है ना? In the post fertilization stage, in the post fertilization events, two things are the major things. One, zygote will undergo many mitotic divisions. Along with that, cell differentiation takes place. है ना? Cell differentiation, that means many different type of cells originate from one zygote cell. Parent cell means mother cell. Yes, Yes, Veda, which is diploid. Yeah, very good. Now, let's enter into the human reproduction. So, what is the meaning of reproduction? First of all, reproduction is the production of young ones by an organism. That might be any different method. It might be an asexual, it might be a sexual. So, that is reproduction. You know that. But humans are specialized to do the sexual reproduction. That means they will undergo two, yes, very good, Reshma, biparental process. That means sperm and egg will fuse. So two parents are involved here. And it is a viviparous condition. That means here the animal will give rise to the young one. मतलब बड़ा लड़की छोटी बेबी को birth देगा. Okay, so ಏನು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಇದೆ ಅದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಬೇಬಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ನಾಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್, not ovoviviparous also, it's viviparous. Okay, so in human reproductive system you should be studying both the reproductive system, that is male and female. Now let's understand what are the secondary sexual characters in humans. So where do you see secondary sexual characters? Yes, answer in the chat box. This zygote, what have you asked, beta? The zygote will undergo mitotic division, okay, to form diploid. Okay, see, if the zygote is diploid, Subha, the offspring will also be diploid, and the further division is mitosis. ನೋಡಪ್ಪ ಝೈಗೋಟ್ ಇಂದ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡು ನೀನು, ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಝೈಗೋಟ್ ಹೆಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ದು ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗು ಹೆಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಝೈಗೋಟ್ ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ದು ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗು ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಝೈಗೋಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಮೈಟೋಸಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್. ಝೈಗೋಟ್ ಇಂದ ಯಾವತ್ತು ಮಿಯೋಸಿಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಝೈಗೋಟ್ ಇಂದ ಮೈಟೋಸಿಸ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಮೈಟೋಸಿಸ್ ಇಂದ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗೋದು. ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್, ಸುಭಾ? Yes, very good. In the time of puberty ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸೌಜನ್ಯ, in the time of puberty. So ಈಗ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಹುಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಒಂದು ಬೇಬಿ. ಸೊ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಂದು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ವಾವ್, ಕಂಗ್ರಾಚುಲೇಷನ್ಸ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ಬ್ಲೆಸ್ಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಅ ಬೇಬಿ ಬಾಯ್. That means ಹೇಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಡಾಕ್ಟರಿಗೆ that it is a baby boy? Because there is a presence of sex organ. Okay, so sex organ ಇದ್ರೆ, so we can say yes, this is male sex organ ಇದ್ರೆ, female sex organ ಇದ್ರೆ female, right? So external genitalia is seen, right? So ಅದರ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ, ಹುಡುಗ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ. So you will be grown according to that. But in humans, you will come across a stage called as reproductive phase. Okay, you have studied this in the last chapter. In plants, okay, after the birth, there will be juvenile phase, or also called as vegetative phase, where the growth of individual will take place. And at one time, there will be a flowering. As the flowering starts in plant, you say, oh, this plant has reached the reproductive phase now. अभी ये बच्चे पैदा करने के लिए ready हो गई है. कौन? Plant. If it starts producing flower. So similarly in humans, when any person has reached the puberty stage, now we can say, yes, now that person has started to express the secondary sexual characters. Okay, so these secondary sexual characters are kind of different in male and female. Okay, so this is seen at the time of puberty. Okay, so what happens in the male? So there will be a more muscle buildup. You can see, पहले बच्चा होता है, puberty के बाद थोड़ा muscles बनते हैं हाथ में, पैरों में, सब. There will be a muscle development, and in humans it will be less. मतलब in humans also muscle will develop, muscular body will be there, but compared to the male, less muscular body. Then hair growth is more prominent in male. मतलब you can see the mustaches, beard, okay, then hair on the chest, okay, then hair on the armpit, pubic region, okay, and also for some people there is also more hair on the body, in the back and anywhere else. Okay, that is very prominent in male, but in female, restricted to only few places like armpits and pubic region. Veda, okay, we'll discuss about it, Veda, right? Then mammary glands. Don't think that male doesn't have mammary glands. They will also have mammary glands. You can see nipples, right, in male, but that is underdeveloped. Why? Because all the function is done by females. So male wala mammary glands are underdeveloped, but mammary glands are present. Okay. So mammary glands are very well developed in female. Why? Because this is the part which helps in the lactation process. है ना? So you have to feed the baby. So mother will feed the baby through the mammary glands. Okay. Then shoulder. So in the case of men, the shoulder will be broader. Okay. So in the case of female, not very much broader, less broader. Then pelvic region. What is pelvic region? Pelvis means the hip bone. Hip bone. Okay. In male, the hip bone is less broader, or you can say not broad at all. Okay. ತುಂಬಾ ಸಣ್ಣ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಮೇಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಅದೇ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಬ್ರಾಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, right? So why this broad structure of female is there, pelvic region? Because ನೋಡಿ, when time comes, she has to carry the baby. Okay, so at that time her weight will increase, as well as that area will increase, right? So ಅವಳದು abdomen ದಪ್ಪ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಹುಡುಗಿದು. So at that time she has to get the support. So that support is giving this pelvic bone. Okay, so that is why that bone is broader, and also it is included in the beauty. ಒಂದು ಹುಡುಗಿಗೆ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿನೂ ಕೂಡ pelvic region ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. Then voice, like male have low pitch voice and female have high, like this. Male have this, ಯಾಕೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ನೀನು, ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ ನಿನಗೆ? ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೋ ಪಿಚ್. ಹೈ ಪಿಚ್, ನಾನ್ ಹಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ನೀನ್ ಯಾಕೆ ನನ್ಗೆ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀಯಾ? ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೈ ಪಿಚ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಲೇಡೀಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಹೈ ಪಿಚ್, male have low pitch. I hope you got the difference, right? If there is singer here or who does the Sangeeta thing, so that. Then you have to see there are some classifications in after beauty of a girl, her after marriage beauty is lost. Who said that, Veda? After marriage beauty is not lost, it's doubled. Okay, see, all of this thing remains in the eyes of the person who watches. Okay, see, girls are always beautiful, even in their adolescent stage, even they are kids, even they are, in the middle age, even they are older, girls are always beautiful. All girls are beautiful in their own way. Okay, so they doesn't lose any beauty after marriage. Who told you? This is just the difference in her face. See, girl has so many responsibilities. Male, what they do, they just contribute the sperm, that's all. Ab bhad mein jata hai sara male. So female has to carry the baby for whole 9 months. Okay, there will be many hormonal changes in the women body. She will undergo lot of mood swings, lot of pressure, lot of pain. Okay, so along this she will undergo, ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಕೂದಲು ಉದುರತ್ತೆ, ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಕಣ್ ಕಾಣೋದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರೆಗ್ನೆನ್ಸಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಬೋನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ಫೀಟಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಸೈಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮದರ್. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಬೇಬಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಫುಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮಿನರಲ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಮದರ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಸೈಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಡಸ್ ದ ಮದರ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಇನ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್? ಜಸ್ಟ್ ದ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಮದರ್ಹುಡ್. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಇದು ನಾನ್ ಹೇಳೋದು ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕು ಅಪ್ಪ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಸ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ sometimes if I think. Okay, all males are beautiful except in case of humans. Exactly, Akbar. Actually, in animals males are more beautiful, in humans female are more beautiful, right? So okay, let's stop this discussion, it will go somewhere else then. Okay, so which is the primary sex organ? Okay, so primary sex organs kisko kehte hain? These organs are actually giving rise to the gamete. Okay, so testis is giving rise to the sperm. So here sperms will be produced, okay, inside the testis, and ovary is the structure where ovum is produced. Okay, so ovary and testis are the primary sex organs. Now, what is accessory organ? See, if I give you the example of plants, in plants there will be structure called as calyx and corolla. है ना? So calyx and corolla. So this calyx and corolla are called as accessory whorls or accessory organs. If you remember, I don't know. I think Balgopal has told you. Okay, so accessory organs. So what these accessory organs do? They attract, they attract the pollinators the corolla का job ही वही होता है बेटा. Corolla is a very bright colored petal. Okay, so it will attract the pollinators for pollination, and calyx done the protection का job. Okay, so but the main sex organs are gynoecium and androecium. Okay, so these are sex organs. These are primary sex organs. So this axillary organ is helping the fertilization process. Okay, similarly in humans, male doesn't have accessory organs, but the female does have. Okay, so breast in female acts like the attraction for the opposite sex. Okay, so this kind of attraction, or if you can say accessory organ, is absent in male but present in female. Okay, so breast has two important things. One is production of milk for the lactation. Another one, it acts as the accessory sex organ. That means it is an attraction for the opposite sex to have the fertilization. That means sexual intercourse. Now, so which are the secondary sex organs? All these structures are secondary sex organs. Okay, we will study this one by one in the upcoming slides. Okay, ये सारे देखो बेटा एक बार अच्छी सी नजर डालो इसमें. Look at this once carefully. Prostrate, seminal vesicle, vas deferens, epididymis, penis in male. In female, fallopian tube, uterus, vagina, and mammary glands. We will study this. Okay. Now, so what are the major reproductive events that we have to see in human? Okay, so which is the major reproductive? Prathamesh, you can see the recording better. Okay, because we are already lagging. I didn't say anything. I just said the accessory organ is the breast. Primary sex organ is the ovaries in female and testes in male, and all other were the secondary sex organs. Gametogenesis is right, this is the formation of gamete. Nodi, sex agbeku anta helidre, there has to be presence of gamete alva. Okay, so gamete illa andre you cannot talk about the sexual intercourse. So what is insemination? Insemination is the transfer of sperms into the female body through vagina. Okay, so insemination is also called as copulation. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ copulation ಅಂತಾನೂ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. That means nothing but sexual intercourse beta. So what is sexual intercourse? So what is its objective? Objective of sexual intercourse is transfer of gametes. Transfer of gamete, that is sperm. So in the case of plants, pollination is the transfer of gamete process. But in the case of humans, sexual intercourse is the process of transfer of gamete. Okay, so this process, okay, when sex happens, the transfer of sperms inside the vagina of the female, this process is called as insemination, also called as copulation. Okay, and the seminal fluid which is transferred into the female part, that is called as coitus. Okay, so the seminal fluid which is transferred into the female part, that is called as coitus. Now fertilization, as you know, fertilization is nothing but the fusion. Okay, so fertilization is fusion of sperm and egg to give, right, the sperm and egg to give the zygote which is diploid. Now that diploid zygote will undergo mitotic divisions. So that is cleavage. Yenagutte ಒಂದು zygote irutte, then 2 cells will become, then again 4 cells like this, and then again 8 cells. Okay, like this. So like this cleavage will happen. Then you get morula, then you get blastula. So there will be many things. Okay, blastocyst, blastula. So these are all the cleavage changes. That means nothing but the mitotic divisions will undergo. Okay, so mitotic divisions. Okay, yes, very good, Reshma, dividing, because one zygote cell has to make many cells, right? So now this ball of cells, okay, this ball of cells have to be attached into the uterus. That attachment of this cleavage ball into the uterus of the female body is called as implantation. Okay, जब वो बॉल अटैच होता है यूट्रस में, इम्प्लांट होता है, उसको बोलते हैं इम्प्लांटेशन. What is placentation? Placentation is nothing but the formation of placenta. Formation of placenta. Many people think that umbilical cord and placenta is same. No. Placenta is actually a mass of cells or a tissue where the mother ka vessels and arteries joins with the fetus ka arteries and veins. Okay, from where all the nutrition and absorption is absorbed from the mother and passed on through the umbilical cord to the baby. Yes, Reshma. Okay, so placentation is just a mass of tissues which combines both the parent and fetal vessels, arteries, nerves, everything. Okay, so यहाँ से ही nutrition pass on होता है. Okay, and transported through a pipe-like structure called umbilical cord. Gastrulation is nothing but the gestation period. अभी pregnancy जो होता है ना बेटा 1 month से 9 months, तो उस time पे there will be many changes, there will be many cleavage divisions, okay, and that gestation period will undergo many changes. Like I told you, from zygote it will be embryo, then embryo to fetus, then fetus to baby. Okay, so this is how the changes will undergo. We will study all these things in detail. So there's a question on the screen for you. Which of the following pair belongs to the secondary sex organ? Okay, I'm launching the poll for this question. Look at the options once again and then answer. Look at the options carefully. Understand which is the primary and which is the secondary sex organ and which is the accessory. I'm ending the poll. Okay, so let me share the results. So result is somewhat like this. 33% people have chosen option D, 50% people have chosen option C, and 17% people have chosen A. क्यों भाई? कहाँ है आप लोगों का दिमाग? हाँ, okay. ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ನಮ್ಮೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಳೆ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಮಳೆ ಬರಂಗ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಪ್ಪ, ಬರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. We are expecting rain, but what to do? We also want. Yeah, raining is very important. Well, prostate is the secondary sex organ. Okay, see, primary sex organ includes testis and ovary. Okay, primary sex organ. Which is accessory sex organ? In males it is absent, in females it is breast. Okay, so now you have to look into the options where these are not present. Okay, like prostate, it is a second sex organ, but testis is what? Testis is primary sex organ, so this is wrong. Breast, accessory sex organ. No, we are looking for secondary. Okay, so vagina is actually secondary sex organ, but this is also wrong. Why? Because one pairing is wrong. Then testis and ovary, both of them are primary sex organs. Okay, so this is wrong. Then prostate and uterus, these are secondary sex organ. Okay, so uterus in the case of females, prostate in the case of males. So D is the answer for this question. Okay, yes. Yeah, Veda, very good. Now, look at this male reproductive system. So this is the overview. Okay, this is the overview. You just look into the labelings correctly and the parts correctly, because now we are going to study this one by one. Okay, first we will see the structure and then we will look into the glands and all other things. Okay, beta? So this is the overview. I'll move. Right. So this male reproductive system includes few structures which is very, very necessary and also given in your NCRT. Okay, so male reproductive system includes paired testes. Always testes present in pairs, beta. Always. They doesn't occur single. If anyone has single testis, then it is a disease called as cryptorchidism. Okay, so always the testis should be present in pairs. That's why it is called as paired testis. Ma'am, in exam this diagram is there. I don't know about exam, but you have to learn this because this is the NCERT diagram. This is NCERT. So whatever is given in your NCERT, that should be in your fingertips. Okay. Then accessory ducts. In ducts, there are four. One is related testis, vas efferentia, epididymis, and vas deferens. Don't worry about this. I'm going to understand. Okay. I'm going to make you understand kaun sa kahan pe aata hai. Okay. So just now you look into the terminologies we will study. Okay. I will show you where these structures come and how to remember in one flow. Okay. Then there are few glands. See, always remember ducts are nothing but the tube-like structures. Okay. So sperms are produced in testes and these sperms are transferred. Okay. So transferred into the penis through these ducts. Like I will tell you, this testes. Okay. This, let me change the ink. This testis will make the sperms. So this sperm will have to pass through here to here. See, it has to carry such a long journey from here to here. फिर यहाँ से जाएगा, यहाँ से जाएगा, यहाँ से जाएगा. Then it has to come out here. Okay, such a long journey it has to undergo. So these are the ducts. For example, this vas deferens. This, what is that? Epididymis. Okay, and there will be inside here, there are two other things called as vasa efferentia and vita testis. I will tell you that. Okay, so these are the ducts. Now there are also glands. Remember one thing, although for fertilization, sperms are necessary, sperm doesn't carry any nutrition and they are very sensitive to temperature, heat, and other external environment. That is why sperm ಗೆ ಸೇಫ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಸೆಮೈನಲ್ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಸೆಮೈನಲ್ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್ ಒಳಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದು ತೇಲ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, they will be swimming inside that fluid. Okay, so that seminal fluid is contributed by these three important glands. These are like superhero glands. Without these glands, everything is waste, guys. I'm telling you. These glands are important for your CBSE, important for your NEET, and also important for your physiology and making babies. Okay. So they does lot of important job. I will tell you what is their function in the upcoming classes. Then external genitalia is the penis, which actually involves in the copulation. I told you, right? Transfer of gametes, that is for sex. It is necessary. Now, let's move ahead. So what is given here? Let's see. Primary sex organs that produce sperms. This I had already told you, right? So primary sex organs ka intention ही है sperm produce करना. That is testis in the case of male, right? So we are studying about testis first, right? So along with the sperm, they also produce testosterone hormone, which is a male hormone, very important. Okay, there's another androgen and this testosterone, both are very important. Okay, so there's a next point called as testes are formed within abdomen. I want your complete attention now. I want your complete attention. Okay, so testes ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, abdomen ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Okay, so abdomen ಇಂದ scrotal bag ಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. So what is scrotal bag? This is scrotal bag. This is scrotal pouch, also called as bag. So this scrotal bag should have two paired testes. Okay, so ಯಾವಾಗ ಬೇಬಿ ಬರ್ತ್ ಆಗತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ these testes are transferred from the abdomen to the scrotum through a pathway or road called as inguinal canal. Okay, inguinal canal. Okay, so nearly as soon as the baby takes birth, ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಮ್ದು testis that will pass from the abdomen to the scrotal sac. In ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ಬರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ, in the month 7th or 8th month of pregnancy, the testes will descend or transfer from the abdomen to the scrotum. Okay, so this should happen, guys. See, yavaga baby huttatalva, you have to make sure if there is a testis is present or not in the scrotum of the baby. If there is no testis present in the baby, then that is a disease that is called as cryptorchidism. Okay, then you have to tell the doctor ki dekho bhai ivrdu testis bandilla scrotum nalli, please do something. Then doctor will operate, and it will the doctor will make sure that the testis has to pass into the scrotum bag. Okay, so yes, Prithvi, what I'm saying here is, so testes are actually formed in the abdomen. Just like I'll give you the example, look at this diagram. So this is abdomen. Yahan pe abdomen mein your testis is present. Okay, so this is the abdomen structure. So this testis has to pass through this inguinal canal. Okay, so here there is a spermatic cord, there will be testis. So this is the testis. Here testis has to come from here to here, and it is present inside the scrotal bag. Okay, so this happens when the baby take birth, or when the baby is in 7th to 8th month of pregnancy. Okay, so sometimes ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು ಬರದೇ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಆ time ನಲ್ಲೂ you have to look and consult the doctor. You have to say only one testis is here, another testis is not there. So then the doctor will operate and make sure the both the testes are in the location. Okay, so this is a very risky thing in males. Okay, so all parents should be very attentive towards this. Okay, ಇದು ಸಣ್ಣವರಿದ್ದಾಗ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಡೀ ಲೈಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಪಾಪ ಹುಡುಗಂದು ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಅಬ್ಡೋಮನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಅಬ್ಡೋಮನ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ಗುಯಿನಲ್ ಹರ್ನಿಯಾ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so there are many chances of making some other diseases. So it's very important to make sure all the parents to see if the testes have come into the scrotum or not. Okay, so they are originated in the abdomen. This is important. Remember this. Okay, now one thing I wanted to tell you. So scrotum contains testes, and that testes will produce the sperm. So this scrotum bag is present outside the human body. Like we females ಏನಿದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಳಗೇನೆ ಇದೆ, ಏನು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಮೇಲ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಸೊ ಸ್ಕ್ರೋಟಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇದೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಇದೆ. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಸೆನ್ಸಿಟಿವ್. Okay, so human testes are very sensitive to temperature. Okay, so high temperature ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, right? So body temperature ಕಿಂತ 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius, it should be less temperature for the maintenance of spermatogenesis, that is the formation of sperm. Okay, formation of sperm ಗೆ 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius less than body temperature ಇರಬೇಕು, right? So sperm are sensitive, testes are sensitive, scrotum is sensitive, everything is sensitive. Okay, so this will, if the body temperature is if the scrotum temperature is actual temperature with the body temperature, then the functioning will be altered. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ 2 to 2 degrees Celsius ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಸ್ಕ್ರೋಟಮ್ ಇಂದು. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸ್ಕ್ರೋಟಮಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಣ್ಣ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಷ್ಟ, ಬಾಡಿದು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಡಿಡ್ ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್? ನಾವ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಸರಿ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್? Every day, Prithvi, sperms will be produced every day, every moment, all the time. Okay, from puberty till your death. Sperms will be produced from puberty till your death. Okay, yeah, they'll be produced all the time. Spermatogenesis will be continuously happening, but there is a hormonal process called as negative feedback. I will tell you that. Okay, when the body feels like excess of sperms are making, then the hormones will slow down the process. Okay, that hormone will slow down the process by the king ka order. Who is the king? Hypothalamus. So hypothalamus will order to make the sperms less in number because already sperm number is more. So this is called as negative feedback. I will explain you this in the future, beta. Abhi aap sunoge to pagal ho jaoge. Okay, ma'am, when fever happened, what happened? I will tell you, Reshma. I will tell you. Keep patience for 2 minutes. Okay, so scrotum is usually deeply pigmented. That means if your body complexion is fair, your scrotum will be little darker. ठीक है, मतलब आप गोरे हो तो वो थोड़ा काला रहेगा. Then it has two sacs. Obviously, one scrotal pouch, and it has two sacs with two testes. This is one sac. This is another sac. Okay, so the normal temperature is 2 to 2.5 degree less than the body temperature. I told you. Then it is connected to the pelvic cavity through the inguinal canal. How much sperm can be produced in one day? Akbar, I'll tell you, beta. Keep patience. Millions of sperms, beta. I will give you the exact number. I'll give you the exact number. Just have patience. Okay. So connected to the pelvic cavity through the inguinal canal. I told you, right? So inguinal canal के through आपको abdomen से आया है into the scrotum bag. So spermatic cord contains spermatic artery, vein, and nerve. So which is spermatic cord? I want your concentration. This is spermatic cord. Okay, yes, spermatic cord will join through the inguinal canal and from inguinal canal to the abdomen. Okay, so this which contains arteries and veins and nerves. So this is spermatic cord. Okay, so let's move ahead. No girl matured baby is formed. No girl matured baby. I didn't understand the question, Veda. See, keep your questions with yourself. Let me explain this better. Okay, I'm getting bundle of questions. I know. Wait, first you listen this concept. Okay, because this is very important. We will discuss your questions also. Okay, so as someone was asking, Reshma was asking, ma'am, what if the person has fever? Or what if the body temperature के बाहर जो temperature है, the environmental condition is hotter or cooler? At that time, what happened? So there will be a process called as thermoregulation. Okay, thermoregulation. That means the scrotum bag will be able to contract and relax with the environmental conditions. Okay, for example, okay, when the environmental condition is cool, okay, when the condition is cool, scrotum bag and it will toward body. Why? Because body is hot, तो उसका गर्मी जो है बॉडी का स्क्रोटम में ट्रांसफर होगा, इसीलिए the scrotum will be contracted. So this contraction and relaxation is happening through a specialized muscle called as Dartos muscle. So here they have not labeled. Let me show you. This is Dartos muscle, guys. This muscle. Are you seeing this? Okay, this muscle. This is Dartos muscle. Okay, so this muscle is present inside the scrotum sac and it shows the contraction and relaxation. Okay, so contraction and relaxation may help कौन कर रहा है? A specialized cell, a specialized muscle called as Dartos muscle. Now, so this contraction and relaxation is happening according to the environmental temperature. Abhi, there is another muscle called as cremaster muscle, which is present covering the testicle. Okay, testicle. Let me tell you one more thing. So you know what is testis, right? So testis plus epididymis. I will tell you what is epididymis. Epididymis is called as testicle. Okay, so testicle means testis plus epididymis. तो ये हो गया आपका testis बेटा. So this is testis. This is epididymis. Beside this is epididymis. Now this epididymis will passes through the vas deferens. Okay. Now, so this cremaster muscle is present by covering the testicle, which helps in the elevation. Dekho, this is cremaster muscle. This. So where is this cremaster muscle? This cremaster muscle is covering the testis. This one. So inside to Dartos. Dartos के अंदर cremaster muscle है. That cremaster muscle के अंदर क्या है? Testicle, that is epididymis plus testis. Now this cremaster muscle will help the elevation of the testis. Okay, when the testis elevate, then only contraction and relaxation is possible, right? So for Dartos muscle to work, cremaster muscle also work. अगर cremaster muscle contract नहीं हो रहा, elevate नहीं हो रहा, only dartos muscle is contracting, then the pressure will apply on testicle. That is not good. So that the pressure should not apply on testicle, the cremaster muscle has to elevate, uplift according to the temperature. It has to downward, downlift and uplift. Okay, so this job is done by this specialized muscle called cremaster muscle. Okay, so these two muscles are very important based on your NEET syllabus. Okay, right. Now we will see the movement. See, I will answer all of your questions, guys. Okay, so just listen first. What am I saying? Okay, otherwise it will be a question and answer session. I know you guys. Okay, so the movement of scrotal sac. What happens when the regular scrotum is there? So it will be like this. Okay, normal scrotum with two testes, no change. Okay, अभी जैसे मैं आपको बोलती हूँ. Now there is a boy who is आराम से sitting on the couch and relaxing. Wow, what a beautiful weather. Okay, so he is relaxed, his scrotum is relaxed. Now, when the boy feels temperature low, that means he is feeling very cool condition. At that time, what happens? His scrotum will shrink like this. Okay, so there what happens? Testis will uplift with the help of cremaster muscle, and the scrotum with the help of dartos muscle will contract. So here what happens? The scrotum will contract, getting closer to body, so that body's temperature should be transferred to the scrotum, or you can say scrotum is pulled towards the body. Here what happens? High temperature means hot conditions. Here very relaxed, fully relaxed, aram se. Okay, it will be like hanging, you can imagine. Okay, so this is hot, so here relaxed. Why? So here scrotum is pushed outside the body. Why? If the environment is hot, the body will also be hot. So the spermatogenesis process ke liye, the testis doesn't like hot temperature, so it will go away from the body. Okay, so the scrotum, अरे यार, scrotum pushed outside the body. Okay, so this is the difference. Here scrotum is pulled, or you can say, let me change the color. Here scrotum is pulled towards body. Did you understand this? So this is nothing but called as thermoregulation according to the temperature that is present outside the environment, outside in the environment, and also the temperature present in the person. Reshma, your question. If the person is having fever, at that time the scrotum will relax. Okay, it will relax. So it will relax. Okay, so here contract. Did you understand? Now let me tell you one more thing. The basic and the very important thing, so what is that? Scrotum has sweat glands. Why? It has many sweat glands. Can anyone tell? This is actually thermoregulation process. Very good, Shubha. To maintain temperature, if there are more sweat glands present on the scrotum, then the body garam hoga. When the body becomes hot, it will release the sweat. So that sweat, that evaporated sweat water will cool the scrotum. So that sweat will act as the cooling agent for the scrotum. Okay. So for the cooling process, sweat glands will be more, sweat produced will be more. Okay, at that region, sweat will be more produced when the temperature is hot, and that sweat will act as a cooling agent. Next. So thermoregulation ka one thing is sweat gland, and the second thing is dartos and cremaster muscle. I told you contraction and relaxation. Dartos and cremaster contraction and relaxation process. Okay, So contraction and relaxation. This is another mechanism. Contraction and relaxation. This is another mechanism. Now, one more thing which is very important called as pampiniform plexus. Pampiniform plexus. What is pampiniform plexus? See, your body temperature is hot compared to the scrotum. So your body has the blood. Okay. So scrotum is like आपकी body से complete अलग ही नहीं है. Join हो गया. It is attached. The scrotum sac is attached to your body. So blood has to pass from body to the scrotum. Okay. So your blood is hot, but our scrotum inside at that what happened? Okay. At that what happened? Let me tell you what happened. Prithvi, yes, fertility will decrease, beta. Okay. So here, look, inside the spermatic cord. Okay, so this spermatic cord ke andar there are arteries. Okay, arteries which is labeled in red and which is in the blue. Let me take the blue color. Which is in the blue. This blue is testicular veins. And you know one thing, artery is the blood vessel which carries the oxygenated blood to some part. है ना? Vein is what? Vein is the vessel from where the deoxygenated blood is taken back to the heart. Right? So I hope you know this basic thing. Artery means carrying good blood. That is why it is always represented in red color. Vein means it is carrying the deoxygenated blood, which has to go to the heart for further cleansing. And that is why that is called as vein. So now this artery is hot and this vein is cool. Why? Vein was already present inside. Yes, Shashikala, you have raised hand. I know you told me my voice is breaking, but I can't do anything, yaar. I just plugged in my this one headphone ka wire again. Let me do it once again. Okay. So testicular artery is hot. Why? Because this artery is coming from the body. Vein is cool. Why? Because it is going out of the testes. Now what happens in the spermatic cord? In the spermatic cord, the artery is present in the center. Artery is present in the center. So veins are enclosing the artery. Vein jo hai, it is surrounding the artery. So artery will carry the hot blood. This hot blood is cooled down by the veins because they were cool. Okay, so this vein cools down the artery. Hence, the blood which is coming from the body will go into the testes in a little bit cooler temperature compared to the body temperature. This is called as thermoregulation by the pampiniform plexus. Okay, so plexus means what? It is plexus means network of vessels, nerves, and whatever veins, sab kuch. Okay, so these plexus will help in the thermoregulation. That's why it is called as pampiniform. Okay, so ये ऐसे होता है. Let me write here for you for your better understanding. Let me write here. Veins will make blood cooler. Okay, okay, cooler. Veins will make blood cooler in arteries, present in arteries. Okay, so these veins were initially cool and this artery had initially hot blood. Okay, so these cool veins will make the blood cooler in the arteries. So it is the thermoregulation process. See, ಇದು ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿ ಏನು ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಕ್ರಾಟಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇದೆ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಂಗ್ ದ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಸ್. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಏನು, ಟು ಕೀಪ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್, ಏನು ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಗಿಂತ 2 to 2 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ 2.5 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸಿಯಸ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಆ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಇಂದಾನೆ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಸ್ಕ್ರೋಟಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಅದೇ ಹಾಟ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಸ್ಕ್ರೋಟಮಿಗೆ ಬಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೆನ್ ದಟ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಇಸ್ ರೂಯಿನ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವೆಟ್ ಗ್ಲಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, dartos and cremaster muscles irutte, and this important pampiniform plexus, they make the hotter blood into cooler, which is appropriate and pleasable for the scrotum. This is very important, guys. I know I'm saying much extra things, ನಂದು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಅದು, ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ, ಬಟ್ ಈ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ it will help you. You have lot of time for NEET, so learn these things. Okay, pampiniform plexus, so veins will be cooler, it will make the blood more cooler. Okay, thank you Deepthi for your love. Okay, so now I think everything is clear here. So what I explained is a thermoregulation beta. I have not entered into structure it. Nodi end structure ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ there is lot of things here. See, ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಲೇಯರ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಏನು ಲೇಯರ್ಸ್, ಸೊ ಇದ್ರ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಲೇಯರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದ್ 3 ಲೇಯರ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅಗೇನ್ ಹೌ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ ವ್ಯೂ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್, so you will be studying this. Okay, so Balgopal will do these things for you. So yeah, did you understand this one, ma'am? Which language is this? Pangu. What is Pangu? Subha, you have so many doubts, beta. So you, which language do you prefer, Subha? Okay, so if you have any doubts, you can ask now. So before that, there is a question on the screen. Yeah, definitely. So English is comfortable. Okay, then I'll speak English only. Okay, I'm comfortable with any language. Male reproductive system does not contain penis, uterus, prostate gland, urinogenital tract. I am launching the poll for this question. Okay, your time is done. I'm ending the poll. Thank you, Reshma. That is your love. I'm sharing the result. 73% people have chosen option B, and 20% people have chosen option D. Okay, and 1% has chosen option C. So let us stop sharing and understand what is the answer for this question. Right. So what they're asking here, male reproductive system does not contain what? Okay. So penis is what? Penis is the external genitalia of the male, which helps in the sexual intercourse. Okay, genitalia, it helps in the sexual intercourse, right? So uterus is what? Uterus is actually the female part which helps in the pregnancy. Okay, so which helps in the pregnancy where the womb will develop, right? Then prostate gland is again, it's a male gland which helps in the release of the many interesting secretions which will give nutrition and safety for the sperm. Then what is urinogenital tract? See guys, this is present in male. Okay, so this is a scrotal bag. I'll just draw here like this. So this is the penis, and here there is the urethra. Okay, so there is a urethra. So this urethra is same lining. So urine will also pass from this, and also the seminal fluid will also pass from this. Okay, so hence this part is called as urinogenital tract. Whereas in females, okay, for reproduction, that is जब copulation होता है ना, तो उसके लिए there is a vagina. For the release of the urine, there is another point. There is a different point. I will explain you that when I'm explaining the external genitalia of female. Okay, that is different. But in the male, both for urine and seminal fluid, the passage is one, similar one. Hence, it is called as urinogenital tract. Okay, so this is also seen in male. Okay, so the answer for this question is to uterus. Prostate gland is the secondary sexual gland. Okay, so आपको जो मैंने बोला था ना secondary sexual organ, so वहां पे आता है बेटा. I had told you 3 important glands, right? Cowper's gland, prostate gland, and another one is seminal vesicle. So these are the wrong options. Okay, so Akbar Ali, I hope you got the answer. Urinogenital tract is found in males. Okay, yeah, this is the same way for the passage of both urine and seminal fluid. Okay, so meanwhile, I am launching the NPS. Please do give the feedback. Okay, so now you ask me the questions. Now ask. Thank you. Thank you, Reshma. So somebody was asking there. Wait, let me go back. Ma'am, baby girl matured ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ baby form ಆಗಲ್ವಾ? Girl will get matured, Veda. Okay, so she will attain the secondary sexual characters at puberty. Okay, if she doesn't get any puberty or if she doesn't get any menstrual cycle, then she's not fertile. Okay, she cannot make babies. Right, Veda? Ma'am, radiation of phones or mobiles will affect the reproduction. I gave answer for this. See, radiations will make the fertility lesser. The production of sperms will be very, very less. And also the health of sperm will be deteriorated. And also the production of egg will also be affected, and the quality of egg will also be affected. Radiations will affect lot and lot. Thank you, Mamta. Any other questions? Yes, Veda. See, such ladies now, those who doesn't get menstrual cycles, they don't have the capacity to make babies. Okay. But that is very rare. Now, for which batch you will take class? I take class for batch 1, batch 2. Yes. See, if you want to join, you just ping me in the WhatsApp. I'll share you the YouTube link. There's only one YouTube link. You can join through that if you want. Okay. Ma'am, tell me some facts about reproduction. Prithvi, I will tell you a fact. Menstrual cycle ಇಂದು ಏನು ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ menstrual fluid. So ಏನಾಗ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಳೆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ in the Egyptian and the ancestral period, ghost, ಭೂತಗಳನ್ನ ಓಡಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಲ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಇನ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಆ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ನ ಗೋಡೆಗಳಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹಚ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. Old people, what they used to do, they used to paint that blood extracted from the puberty, just now attained the puberty girl, to ward off the ghosts and spirits. And some people used to think, ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಇದು ರೋಮಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ದು, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ರಾಣಿಗಳು ಇರ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, they used to think ಅದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಲ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಇಂದು ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಅವರು ಕುಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಫರ್ಟಿಲಿಟಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಬ್ಯೂಟಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ they used to drink this, the blood in the Rome. And in many cultures, that first blood is also used to make the black magic. Yeah, that's sure, Prithvi. It's a mood and ambiguity, but I'm saying the facts that used to happen in the ancestral time. This was happening. Okay. No, Shubha. I was here for only today's class. Okay, let me tell you other things. Okay, related with the, reproductive health. Okay, reproductive health. So what happened in the older times? Now what we use as a condom. Condom is the very basic and what do you say? A most used precaution, you can say. Okay, but initially when people didn't have the condom, what they used to do, they used to keep the cutted lemon. They used to keep the cut lemon inside the cervix to avoid the what you can say, the flow of the sperm inside the uterus. They used to do that. And this condom ka history has started from the linen cloth. There are many things that are, in the olden time, female used to plug the cotton balls inside. They used to apply honey. So there are many amusing facts. And one more amazing thing, let me tell you. This is actually was happening in the Australian culture. In the Australian culture, what they used to do, they used to operate penis. ಇದು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರಾಟಮ್, ಇದು ಪೀನಿಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಪೀನಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರು ಹೋಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಇನ್ ಆಸ್ಟ್ರೇಲಿಯನ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಹೋಲ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಯಂಗರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್, ಈಗ ಮಗು ಹುಟ್ಟಿ ಒಂದ್ 4 ದಿನ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಂಗರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ದ ಹೋಲ್ ಹಿಯರ್. Okay, so now what this person used to do when he was having the sexual intercourse, he used to do the intercourse, but the fluid, the sperm used to drip out from this hole. It is very painful. Okay, and when this person wants baby, he has to plug something, he has to put his finger, and then he had to make the sexual intercourse. Okay, then what he could make the babies, the sperms can be transferred. So this is very painful process. Okay, so whenever that person is not having sexual intercourse, he has to plug something, he has to keep something to keep this hole open and free all the time. Yes, Srinidhi, because the lemon has the citric acid in it, that is ascorbic acid, which is giving the acidic pH, which will kill the sperms. But that is not the 100% appreciable protection. That is not the precaution where temporary precaution have it. It's not safe also. But in the olden time, people used to do. And also some people used to apply cow dung. They used to make the cow dung balls from horses and elephant in the Africa. I'm talking this happening in the Africa. In Africa, they used to keep the dung balls inside, and then they used to have sexual intercourse as the precautionary measure. Okay, so there are a lot of things, Beta. There are a lot of things right now. I don't want to make your mind go crazy. So Shubha, you cannot join my batch, but I will give you the YouTube link. You can join the YouTube classes, definitely.